What's up everyone? I am out in Dupont State Forest doing something new to me. I'm going paddleboarding, which is not new, but I'm hiking my paddleboard in. So when I was looking for a new paddleboard, the reason I picked the board that I did, which is the Kokopelli Chasm Lite, was because it was advertised as the lightest and most packable paddleboard, inflatable paddleboard. And I was like, oh, that's perfect. I can use that to hike my paddleboard into where there's no boat launches and you can't drive to. So I've had this paddleboard, I don't know, for a year or two now, and this is the first time I'm actually hiking it in. So this is a new experience. The board itself, I think, weighs just under 13 pounds, but with the pump and the bag and my water and PFD and everything, it's 30 pounds. I have never hiked with a 30-pound backpack. You might still be able to see the parking lot, and I can already feel it. It's definitely a new experience, which is mainly why I've been putting it off, is because it's quite a lot of weight for me to hike with when I'm definitely not used to hiking like this. I usually trail runs, which is generally speaking pretty light. So first time hiking my paddleboard into a lake, but also first time paddling when it's chilly and rainy. So I recently bought a used dry suit. Found one on eBay that was my size for $180, which if you've ever bought a dry suit, you know they're not usually $180. So I tried it on once at home and it seems to fit well. I think I'm gonna have to replace the gasket soon, but it seems like something I can DIY. Now that I have a dry suit, I can paddle in less than ideal conditions. My back hurts. Also, the backpack that came with the Kokopelli holds all the stuff, but I don't think it's really designed to actually carry weight. There's no hip belt, which I'm really missing right now. I also wish there were more pockets on the straps, or any pockets on the straps so I can hold stuff, but I might have to either try and go back and add them or just make my own at some point. We'll see. Also, my boyfriend got me the Insta360 X4 for my birthday this year, and a selfie stick, the invisible selfie stick. So now I have new camera gear to play with. I hope this looks cool. I don't actually know. So there's actually two reasons why I picked the lake that I did for my first, call it a backcountry paddle trip. It's not super backcountry. I mean, I'm on a service road right now, but the first reason is that it's just under 2 miles to the lake, so I can suffer for 2 miles and then 2 miles on the way back. The way back will be harder because the adventure will be done. But the other reason is there are 3 different waterfalls that I might be able to paddle to. I don't know if I'll be able to make it all the way or not, but there's 3 different inlets that have waterfalls, so I'm going to try and paddle up them as far as I can paddle and see if I can reach the waterfalls. So this is not the lake I'm paddling at. This is a smaller one that you come across first, but it is very pretty with all the fog. So we're coming up on the airstrip, which I've been to Dupont before, but I've never actually been to this side of it. Found my first red F of the year. It's absolutely tiny. Hey buddy. And right down the trail there's a second one. Also about the same size. So 2 days ago I briefly complained to my boyfriend that it's supposed to rain basically the entire time I'm camping. I was like, well, that kind of sucks. It's gonna rain but it's good to remember that this type of weather is the best time to see wildlife, especially things like newts. It just occurred to me that I may not have actually mentioned yet, but this is actually day 1 of the camping trip, and I'll link all videos from this camping trip down below. So I called those little guys red Fs and then went on to talk about finding newts. That's because a red F is the juvenile stage of the eastern newt. Finally made it to the lake. It's looking a little windy, but not too bad. This is where I realized my first waterfall option of the day was actually an outlet that met up with the creek that left the waterfall, not an inlet that led to the waterfall. It was about here that I started to notice that it was getting really shallow. According to my map, the inlet to the second waterfall should have been somewhere here, but all I really saw was a swamp area, hence the look of confusion. I think this may have been an adult eastern newt, but the footage isn't clear enough for me to be confident in that. And here's where I gave up on trying to reach the third waterfall. every time I think I've picked up all the fishing line in the area, I find more. I didn't get to see any of the waterfalls, which I knew was a possibility, but that means my paddle took me much less time than I was planning on. So I have a little extra time before I'm actually able to like check in my campsite. So I think I might add a mile and a half or so onto my hike back to the car, and then I'll get to see one of the waterfalls that I was trying to see. And it's one that I actually have seen before, so I know it's pretty nice. We'll see though. I'm getting a blister on at least one of my toes. I don't know if it's from these shoes directly or if it was a combination of the dry suit in these shoes. So I'm gonna start headed that way. It's the same way back to my car or to the waterfall. And then when I get to the T where I need to make my decision, I'll decide there. Oh, also, people with long hair who wear dry suits, what do you do to keep your dry suit from completely like destroying your braid or whatever, taking it on and off? The hairs that fall out of my braid and rub against my neck bother me. These little guys are out everywhere today. They're all so tiny. This one's a little bit bigger than the rest, but still smaller than they usually are. I think 5 in a day might be a record for me. But I still got a little ways to hike back to the car, so might find even more. Red F's usually stay pretty still when you find them, so I've never actually seen one move. And now I understand the need for the bright colors. They've been like every couple feet, and I gotta quit bending down with 30 pounds on my back. Mainly because it's hard to get back up. But there's number 8. Number 9. I saw 2 more I didn't record because there was a truck coming. But look how bright this one is. I think we're up to 14 now. I've lost count now, but I think this is 16. Such a good sight. I can see the parking lot. My shoulders are killing me. I don't think it would have been that bad if it had a hip belt and like if this actually fit me. This is like at least 2 inches too big. So I feel like, yeah, if I had like a harness that actually fit, I could carry the weight a lot better. But the way it is, just all the weight's directly on my shoulders. I'll add that to the ever-growing list of projects. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to be always adventuring.